Hey y'all, I wanted to take you around the studio today. We've got a lot of big projects going on. We're wrapping up our last collection and getting everything ready to ship and getting in the mail. We're in the middle of promoting our next collection, which is the Taylor Swift inspired Eras collection. There's a whole lot going on with that. And then we have this huge undertaking of our very first fiber festival ever, the Flock Fiber Festival in Seattle in August. It's only a few weeks away. I can't believe it. There's still so much to do, but we've come a long way with our display and our operations. So just a few loose ends to tie up there. So I'd love to take you along. So for our Taylor Swift collection, it's really just kind of disorganized and a little bit of chaos, but there's yarn all over the place, stuff that's in the process of getting shot, but everything here on the wall is what has already been photographed and shared. So on the shelves up here, we have some of the Taylor Swift yarn kind of going in the order that we originally posted it by eras. So everything on the top shelf is the Lover era. We have You Need to Calm Down, The Man, and Lover. One of my favorite eras because I just love pink. I love speckles. I love things that are bright and happy. And so that one just is one of my favorites. I was so happy to be able to start with that one. And then we have Fearless and Love Story. I love how this one came out. I feel like it was underappreciated the first time we did a Taylor Swift collection. We reformulated it a little bit because one of the dyes was discontinued, that yellow, so we had to like remake that one. It's not really showing up right in this fluorescent lighting, is really not ideal. So that's Love Story, and then we have Ivy next to it, which coordinates really nicely with that. And Fearless, but Ivy is in a new era. That's the Evermore era. And then these two are Evermore as well. So this is the Evermore colorway and Gold Rush. The Evermore colorway was our bestseller from the original Taylor Swift collection. And you can see why, because it's so pretty. It's got kind of like a vintagey, romantic, woodsy thing going on. This is Reputation, which is kind of a reptilian greenish black. That one's actually showing up pretty accurately there, which does not always happen in the office. Usually I have to go by a window for it to look right. And then our other Reputation colorway, I think I have some of these pulled somewhere else, but this is Look What You Made Me Do. It has a lot of that like black color in it, but a lot of green and red, and it just looks very like dark and moody. I really like how this one looks on silk. My gosh, look at that. All of the dye looks lighter because that silk fiber being a plant-based fiber, it doesn't absorb our acid dyes as strong as the Superwash Merino does. So pretty. These two are the silk bases. And then we have our Speak Now era. So this is Speak Now here, the purple, and Enchanted. Everyone on Instagram loved Enchanted. I love it too, but I was not expecting it to get the response that it did. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Blush, lavender, very like fairy tale ballerina inspired. Very pretty with Speak Now. And then this shelf is our Red era. So Red is my favorite Taylor Swift album of all of them, and my favorite era just in general. So I'm really happy with how these colorways came out. We have Red, which is just this beautiful tonal that has a lot of different kind of colors in it. So pretty. Red, this is All Too Well, the 10-minute version, being such a big hit, and the short film that Taylor Swift made, we had to make a brand new colorway for this, and I love the way that that red and gold pops. It just looks so like autumnal, but romantic, but a little feisty. I really like that combination, and it works up so pretty too. And then this one is Begin Again, which is such a sweet, pretty purple, and I really like this one. I love the dark, like grayish aubergine moments and how they go so well with the red. So pretty. I never would have thought to put red and purple together until I saw them kind of coming together in that color palette, and I really like it. Down here, which this is looking straight up silver, but it's not. It's grayish purple. I wonder if I put it here, if that will help. Not really. Well, you just got to trust me that it's grayish purple because it does not look like it right now. But this is Folklore. So pretty, so soft. It's just like ultimate cozy to me. And then Cardigan along with it. Is that more accurate? I don't know. Fluorescent lighting is just really not where it's at. Cardigan is so pretty. This is like a classic creamy, taupey, blushy just ivory yarn. It's the perfect ivory yarn. I think that it just screams like autumn knitwear. I love, love, love it. I think that whole sweaters in that would be gorgeous. I think that doing accessories in that would just coordinate with anything in your wardrobe. We've come a long way, and then we'll have some more yarn over on these shelves once I clear them out. I have a whole bunch of props over here. I made some buttons for my jacket for the original announcement post, and so I have all of my leftover, the button maker I used. I made some friendship bracelets for some content, and so I have the leftovers there that Parker was playing with. I have my basket of swatches. These are all the crochet ones because I have knit ones up on the board, and this is where I've been doing the behind the scenes. So I turn these little lamps on, and then I stand in front of here and talk about the colorways, and we take pictures down from here. You can see there's like some missing spots when we do the flat lay photography that goes on our Instagram feed and on our website. I love doing these mood boards because I feel like all of this is what's been in my head all along when I'm thinking about what we're gonna make, and then I get to actually see it in front of me. It's really helpful for me to have this visual aid for not only myself to remember what we're doing, why we're doing it, but to share with all of you and for our entire team. So when the base samples are getting dyed or Brooke and I are working on development together, we can always reference this and see what our inspiration point really started as to make sure that the yarn winds up representing that. Brooke just brought in the, I think, final version of our last colorway for this Eras collection. Inspired by Taylor Swift, we've been working on the Midnights colorways a lot, and this one I think is going to be for Karma, and we have been back and forth. We've made this so many times, but I really like it because it's going to have a lot of colors that are elsewhere in the collection. So it's got like peach in it. It's not really showing up on here, but it's got like the tones of Shake It Off. It's got some of the Speak Now in there, and then some other tonals that I don't have up here, but I'm really excited for it. I think it'll be really pretty worked up. It's still wet right now too, so it's hard to tell, but I'll show it to you once it's dry and all skeined. So I set up this shot with all of the props that he needed, and he arranged them and shot them. Hey Brooke, if I take one of these staycation hand creams, will that mess up your counts? What, you have no idea? So if I take one, she said whatever. I haven't had a chance to try out the new formulation of our staycation hand cream. This is our summer seasonal scent, and it had to change since last year because we had a shortage. They quit making the fragrance that we used for it, which is like a coconut sandalwood thing. So this year now it's coconut cream and sandalwood is what it says on here, and I'm so excited. I tested out the fragrance oil, but I didn't get a chance to actually try the hand cream yet. Oh, it smells so good. I might like this better than the one last year. It's been a year since I smelled it, I think. Yeah, it's just so light. I'm not a huge fan of coconut usually. I don't like to eat anything coconut. And if it smells like too strong, it's too much for me. But yeah, that's really nice. And the sandalwood is like warm enough and a little sweet without being like vanilla sweet. I've been contemplating all my time. So I just pulled some daily palettes for CJ to shoot. We call our color combinations daily palettes. We try to post one every day of just a color combo suggestion, especially when we're in the middle of promoting a new collection, just to show all the possibilities of different colors together. I've pulled a couple of really pretty ones. I really like this combo of Shake It Off cardigan and the man. It looks very like summer peachy parfait to me. And then I also have this one, Red 1989 and Begin Again. I really, really like that. It's sort of jewel tone autumn kind of, but there's a whole bunch more daily palettes on our Instagram. We saved them in a highlight, and we'll just keep doing them every day until launch day. So we're in the middle of prepping for our very first fiber festival, Flock Fiber Fest, in August in Seattle, and we've been testing our display setup for quite a while. It's been in the way for weeks, months, I don't know. It's all blurring together. But we are kind of in the final stages. I've got to test out our POS setup. We've got to have 1 or 2 last meetings to make sure that the team that's coming with us is all prepped and ready to go, and we're all on the same page, and then we're going to finish getting everything on our display walls that are kind of mocked up here roughly. So this is the second time that I have ordered the Shopify POS kit to use our iPad for at the festival for our little checkout. And for the second time, our iPad does not fit the little case that it's supposed to go into. So I think my options are to either buy another iPad, which just feels like a waste because we don't have a retail shop all the time. Or my other option is to, just for the weekend of the festival, take my son Parker's iPad because it is a different generation and will fit in this case for our POS, which I think is what I'm gonna have to do. So I think I'm gonna give him my work iPad for the weekend and take his iPad to the festival. So I wanted to show you some of Tony's palette that's getting shipped out right now. It's all, wow, they've already picked over it a lot. They did a lot of shipping today, so it was even fuller than this morning. So many pretty things, my gosh. All of this silk down here, the shine on these tonals. Oh, let me just flip it around and show you. There's so little left on the shelf. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's like already over. We're already moving on from it. So many pretty things. Oh. The Stellina. You see the sparkle? So much beautiful sparkle. So all of the Tony's palette full skeins are still there. We have tons of minis waiting to get assembled, even more that need to be wound. And then I wanted to show you all the flock yarn. Oh my gosh, this place is like stuffed to the brim. It looks like we have a lot of room in here, but we have to like move things out of the way to get to what we need. So this is all of our yarn for flock. Well, some of it, because some of it's on the display over there. So we are doing, if you are familiar with it, our Autumn in New York collection from last year for flock. I'm so excited to be bringing this yarn back. It's one of my favorite collections of all time. I just love it. And we have these really cool counters, which are going to be for our checkout. So we'll have a little checkout station here, and then we'll have another station for something that's a surprise interactive experience. So if you weren't already planning to go to Flock and you're in the Pacific Northwest area, definitely come and visit our booth. I know that some of the tickets are already sold out online for Flock Fiber Festival, but they will be selling door tickets. So you can still come and see us.